Absolutely great. May you be one of those young people in the future so that we can watch you here in Kenya. I met this young man earlier today, and really one thing I can definitely say is that he's very patient indeed, but he is here with a great idea, a great concept, and he especially needs parents to listen in very, very keenly. Everybody, please welcome Leroy Mwasaru to the show. Come out here, young man. Hello. How are you?
I'm good.
You should think about politics. That wave.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Good to meet you. Mwah. Mwah. Welcome, welcome. Have a seat.
Thank you very much.
Habari yako?
Fit sana.
Uko poa?
Yeah.
You're a young man.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
19. Yeah. Oh, to be young again. You're lucky because there's one or two 19-year-olds here, so they can relate. But for you, Leroy, you've always had huge dreams and a very entrepreneurial spirit. Tell me a little bit after high school. What happened?
Okay, so in high school, I was in Maseno School. I was working on this high school project. So there was a problem in my high school. So there was a new dormitory that was being built up, and then there was this sewer system that had more stress. So I took it upon myself and my classmates to try and build, to take up the problem that was there.
Wow.
And get the solution for it. So the solution for it was designing a human waste bioreactor. And with this, we're able to utilize both the human and organic waste that was produced and make biogas and fertilizer for the school.
Wow. And it worked?
Yeah. For the first time, it actually failed. Okay. So the very first test exploded. So I had to redo it again and reinvent the whole model again. Okay. But then eventually it worked.
And that's your startup?
Yeah.
And that is your startup?
And that did it from then. After high school, I worked on it as a startup.
Okay.
with my classmates who are co-founders and also my parents.
Fantastic. Looking at, of course, clap for him, y'all. You did good.
Thank you.
Yeah, anything that is about renewable energy, anything that's about the environment, I'm all for it. But you're in Maseno, your parents have invested all this money and time in you for 4 years. You come up with this great idea and you decide, I'm not just going to go into college, I'm going to focus on my startup. How did that happen, and was it a good decision?
Okay, it wasn't a very easy decision. It was of course a very tough decision, and of course I had to table my reasons. So this is why I'm doing this, and this is what will come up as a result. And then there's this leadership program that I'm part of in South Africa called the African Leadership Academy. I'm pretty sure you must probably have heard of it.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, and so I'm part of this leadership program, and I'd say it has a very unique curriculum. Apart from the A levels, it has an entrepreneurship leadership curriculum. We're able to learn these aspects of what makes a good leader, what makes a good entrepreneur, so you can try and take these problems by the head and solve them.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Today's topic is, are you Kenya's next disruptor?
Yes.
It is the reason you're sitting here, by the way. The moment I saw that on your blog, I was just like, wow, even the word disruptor is not something that's being used so much right now. Let's start there. What is a disruptor?
Okay. A disruptor is someone who takes, in this sense, takes the problems by its horns, in layman's language. So in the entrepreneurship field is someone taking up a problem that you think no one has taken tried to solve this problem. Yeah. So we're trying to build this spirit and build this belief in very young people that you can take up these problems that we have here and try and solve them, because the end product that we're trying to get here is get more jobs on board. Yeah. Because looking at the situation in Kenya, we have a very high unemployment rate, which currently stands at 80% for people under 35 years. So we're trying to reduce this and then acknowledging that we have the educational systems are doing a fairly good job of making sure that we have routine workers and professionalism. But then there comes a disconnect where the society that we're introducing them to is a tech-driven society.
Absolutely.
So these tasks that they're doing are being taken over by machines, and this is something we're looking forward to solve. So it's the niche that we as a team trying to solve.
Can I tell you something? You guys are actual disruptors, right? Because you're trying to change the way things are usually done and create a room for young people, isn't it? But here's the thing I have to say is that young people are like you. all right? You're no different from millions of young Kenyans who feel, you know, I don't need to be employed, I don't need to go into college. This idea, if I do it right, it will work. If I just push through, you guys have this huge motivation behind you. How then do you, with your project, how then do you seek to make sure that young people do get a voice?
So we're clearly that there has to be a paradigm shift in how the society is viewing today's youth. And so how today's youth are being viewed, people who like go out these parties, party all night and stuff like that. But then I think there's a part that society is not seeing in the youth. This is the part where we have very innovative youth, people who are ready to take up the problem that we are facing in society and solve them. So by allowing us, giving us this space and giving us a supportive mechanism, we are in a very good position to try and solve those problems, because like looking at the situation right now, every year 1 million Kenyans are added to the total number of Kenyans that we have, and so the working population increases, yet the number of jobs are constant or even less. And looking at the current situation, we have even less jobs. So this is something, it's something that yes, we can, but then it's only if we give the youth a chance.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, we can. Very good words. Right, so you got an opportunity to go for summer camps in the US, a huge deal. And when you hear about camp, I know probably half of you don't remember this, you think about Camp Kukamonga, time tuza kukularaha, all right, vacation school, no, right? Summer camps in the US are very specific and they have very clear objectives. Tell me about this.
Yes, please. So summer camps in the US have an overlying theme, and that is a theme of entrepreneurship and mostly college readiness. So with all this, I've been part of some camps, some of them being a camp that was held at Harvard, another one in Arizona. And something very common here is that they're trying to spark something that they will not like take part. They're sparking something that you will hopefully take up and go run away with it and solve that problem in your local community. And we're trying to bring out these skills to the very young youth that we have in our country, and tell them that yes, these are the skills that you need, and this is how you'll apply it in your local communities and get to solve them, which is what the mission is.
Okay. Actually, you're in Maseno and then you get invited to Harvard. That's a dream come true, not to study, but to get a taste of that life. How do you feel that these camps changed you, if at all?
I'd say mainly these camps changed how I view problems and how I view solutions, because something I learned is that respect absurd ideas.
Yeah, yeah.
So
the Einsteins and the Steve Jobs of the world.
Yeah,
crazy.
Tried a couple of thousand times before they came to the solution, and there is a positive brainstorm and a negative brainstorm. So in a negative brainstorm, so the things or ideas that you thought are very bad ideas are the ones that at the end of it end up becoming very good ideas. And it's these ideas that will produce goods and services that will end up becoming ubiquitous around Kenya and also even the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you come back to Kenya and you're like, that's so great that America knows how to do this. Why don't we have these sort of camps in Kenya, right? Did you do some research and find that there was really nothing replicated here?
It's more directed to corporates, I'd say, than the youth in Kenya.
Okay. Yeah, it's true. You're right. Even us here at Nation Media Group, we go for team building and that kind of thing, because you're right. It's designed very much so for already career-oriented individuals, but not starting up. So you've decided to take that idea from the US and implement it here. All right, tell me about this.
There was a period where everyone was busy, not like busy with academics, but busy with applications, and so I asked myself, so what's in it, me applying for these US summer programs? Because they have an overlying theme, which is common, and they get to do almost the same things during the camps.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, why not take the skills that I learned during these past summer programs and try and implement them and make these skills available to my youth in my country. Okay. And at first, I said it as an idea by word of mouth. No one really took me seriously. So I went down to write a proposal. From then on, at least, some few guys started believing in the idea. Yeah. And then as time went by, designed a whole new human-centered design thinking curriculum and entrepreneurship curriculum that shows the stages that I really embodied in trying to inculcate this innovative culture.
Okay, but looking at your future, right, when you're my age, many years from now, where do you want to be in terms of your career? How much influence do you want to have had on young people? Tell me.
It's a very interesting question. So right now, I assume a role that people, like much older people, would have assumed. So the CEO and founder of Green Pact, which is what began as a high school project.
Yes.
But then playing this critical role has really taught me a lot of things that I would not have gotten if I'd chosen a conventional path. So this really inspired me to try to. Okay, this really inspired me to try and get what would work for my fellow youth and what would work for me in future. So I'd say right now, as a CEO and all this exposure, my aims are to work in the consulting space, because it's a space I'd say I'm very passionate about, because I think it's where we get to implement the policies that will change the Africa we want, and also get to implement the Sustainable Development Goals and the Vision 2030.
This guy's going to be in government soon, right? Yeah. I can't wait to see young people like you in there disrupting. Go disrupt Gava. That's what I want to see, right? Okay, now your event is very soon, 17th to 21st of July of this month. Looking at those 4 days, what are you looking to cover? What should people expect? Because parents are watching you right now. They're like, if I'm giving you my 13-year-old, what are they going to be up to? Break it down for us.
Okay, so the 17th of July, it's the more of an icebreaker for the participants. So it's they meet together, get familiarized with each other. Then they'll have this period of brainstorming. So this period of brainstorming, they'll do 2 types of brainstorming. That's one, positive brainstorming and negative brainstorming. So the positive brainstorming, where they think what they think are good ideas. The negative brainstorming is what they think are bad ideas. So trying to leverage the two, because we're very sure there's a percentage of students that will end up using what they thought are bad ideas. So we're trying to really explore and leave nothing behind. And then once they have these ideas down, we'll get them to narrow down on what they want to work on. And after that, we'll now group them into the different themes that are there. So for example, if I'm working in tech, health, agriculture, things like that, group them into those groups. Then as they go on, we'll now teach them the skills that are necessary for them to apply these skills. And then going on, develop these ideas until a stage where they'll be able to now present these ideas they have to investors and other stakeholders that they could use to make a reality. Okay.
4,000 shillings is how much a slot is, and this is for the full 4 days, right?
Yes, please.
Fantastic. And you're going to have great speakers, I know.
Yeah.
You're going to have good motivation there, lots to learn, yeah?
Lots of good energy.
All right. Now, you know you're going to do us a favor. There are parents who are watching who are like, Kobi, please give me a space. Are you willing to do that?
Yeah, we're very excited to give 2 slots.
2 slots?
Yeah.
Give it up for Leroy. 2 slots. All right, so I can see right here, we probably don't have parents in our audience. Do we have any parents here? By the way, we could, all right? Of that, you do, Paris? Yeah. 10. Can 10 apply? Too young.
I'll be too young, yeah.
Too young. In 3 years, we got him, okay? All right, so if you are at home and you're watching and you have a 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old, this is definitely a camp that's targeted for you, courtesy of Leroy and his great team. Log on to social media platforms. Tell us about your young woman, man, all right, and why you think that this would suit them best, and we'll be happy to send you that information. 2 slots, 2 wonderful slots, all right? Thank you, Leroy.
You're welcome.
Feeling good?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Thank you for
having
me.
It's awesome. No, it is our pleasure. It is our pleasure. You know what? I feel that I've met someone really great today. I really do. I feel like you have greatness in you. And I know that you will definitely be somebody huge the day you decide to make yourself international.
Let God's will be done.
Absolutely. Give it up for Leroy, guys. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Leroy. Log on to social media platforms, of course, where we'll give you lots more information on everything that you've heard here today. All right. From medical camps to great ways to mark 50 years to a really, really good place where you can send your 13, 14, 15, 18-year-old to really start them up and give them a great chance in life. Young people are doing big things, and it's time a lot of us participated. For now, we say goodbye. Thank you for joining us, everybody. We'll see you right here for another amazing show. Thanks. Bye.